Chrissy here from Footprint Tarot. It's I think the fourth go trying to get this video started. Anyway, I'm going to be looking at 4th of July, but before I do that, I just want to say thank you for all those people who have subscribed so far. I do appreciate it. And if you know someone who might be interested, please show them my channel. And also, if you're a Trump supporter, I aim to be fair and balanced with everybody. Otherwise, you're not really doing a decent reading. But you're not going to find a lot of Trump fans with this channel, so you're best to move on. Yeah, the best thing you'll probably find about it is that I refrain from calling him names. I have lots of names that I do call him, but I don't do it on the channel because I don't see the point. Anyway, 4th of July parade in the National Mall. Trump's big party for himself, I think, more than the nation. Bless Your National Park Service. They have granted a permit for a protest group who are located relatively near to where Trump is going to be with all his ticket buying public. They've been granted a permit to fly the baby Trump blimp. I've been to your National Mall. It is beautiful. And I would love to be there at that parade simply to see the baby Trump blimp flying over the National Mall. I just think it would be so funny. And Lena Rodriguez was saying there's another group of retired Navy vets who are selling t-shirts saying USS John McCain, Big Bad John. I don't think it's going to be the love fest that Trump thinks it is. But anyway, I'm going to have a look at the parade and see what's happening. This is the bottom of the deck. I have pre-shuffled it before. And it's the 9 of Swords. Yeah. So it's caused, whether or not it's going to cause Trump anxiety, the citizens of the US anxiety, or everybody else anxiety if it doesn't go his way, well, we'll wait and see. But if it doesn't go his way, I can imagine him causing a lot of problems. Anyway, I shall get myself out of the way there. Might turn a light on, put a little bit more light on the situation. There you go. Okay, I'm going to do something called the possibility spread. It's a 7-card spread. It's this one here. So I don't pretend to know every spread off by heart. There are some I do, but there are many I don't. So and as you know, I don't pretend to know everything off by heart all the time, so I will refer to my notes if I need to. But the first card is the possibilities currently available with Donald Trump's 4th of July parade. 3 of Pentacles. Possibilities currently available is the 3 of Pentacles. That's interesting. The 3 of Pentacles is I'm just going to look at the yes-no sheet, if I can find it, where it is. I can't remember whether it's a yes or no card. 3 of Pentacles is a yes card. So, yes. Groups. There's going to be groups. This is people working in groups, and there's a lot of money being spent on it that could go elsewhere. So I think there's going to be a lot of groups working together to show their displeasure with Trump and with the money that's, you know, Every town has their own parade, and I'm sure Washington would have a normal parade. Somewhere else, a much more downtoned one, but you know. But I think there's going to be a lot of groups there. That's what that is, groups of people, and not all for Trump. The reason or the basis for this possibility, they're taking action. They're taking the opportunity to take action and voice their displeasure. This card, it's a page of wands. I call it the tattletale card, when someone's telling tales, but it's also the card of the orator. And they're taking the opportunity to have their voices heard. And that's the basis of the groups, of there being so many groups, taking the opportunity to have their voices heard. What helps? Partnerships. They form partnerships, I think, different groups with other groups, and coordination and things, and that's going to help them. I think a lot of people are saying this parade is going to be a bust, but I don't think it will. It's going to be a bust for Trump, but I don't think it will be a bust for the American people, for those who have wanted a platform. He's just handed them a platform to be able to show how much they hate what he's done. Okay, the next card is what hinders. The Magician, manifestation. Someone's been trying to pull strings, I think. Someone's been trying to hamper people getting permits and things to protest there, or show signs, or also I think what hinders might be people trying to say, don't look here, look there. I think a lot of people are going to turn up to that parade not to see Trump, but to see the protesters. They're not going to turn up to see Air Force One fly over and this and that. They're going to turn up to see the protesters. And I think there's going to be attempts to try and hide them. Heaven knows how, whether it's building high barriers or putting up higher barriers or something. It'll be interesting to see if they have like 6-foot barriers, a concrete wall or something. He could build his wall down the National Mall. I don't know how that's going to happen, but it'll be interesting. Do tell me if I'm wrong about where the parade is taking place, but I'm assuming it's the National Mall. Anyway, they're going to try and say, oh, don't look at them, look here. But I don't think it's going to work. And I'll do a clarifier on that a bit later. Deductions that can be made. Ooh, justice. All of this is pretty well justified. Whatever is going to go down at that parade, it's going to be well and truly justified. Possible outcome. The Knight of Cups. Offers being made to people, I don't know what for. News being brought to Trump, the outcome. perhaps, I'm not quite sure. I usually see this as either an offer being made. It can mean a romantic interest, a love interest, or it can mean someone who is romanticizing themselves to disguise what they are. I think it's an offer of some sort, but I think I'll have to get some clarification on it, and we'll do that a bit later. The last card in this spread is the next step. What happens next after the parade? The Nine of Pentacles. I'm talking about the parade and the effect it's going to have on the American people. And I think what happens next is that if all of the yes, Bubba, all of the protests and everything that are happening are going to make people feel like they took back some of their autonomy. I think one of the biggest things that Trump has done to the people of America is make them feel like they've lost their individual autonomy. It's been taken away from them. And I think the next step is that with the parade and the protests that are planned and everything, and I think there's going to be a lot more than people even anticipate or expect. I think the next step is that people are going to feel like they've been given back some of their autonomy. I hope that's right, because what this man has stripped the American people of, and what he's stripped other people of, including their rights to apply for asylum and their dignity, and tried to strip the babies and children of their humanity. I hope the next step is people feeling autonomous again and being able to voice that autonomy. And what I mean by that autonomy is their power. They start to feel their power as individuals coming back to them. They were able to express it in the elections last year, and perhaps, and I think this is going to be another opportunity for them to express it and to make them feel like they've gained some more of it back. I'm going to use the Sibylla cards that I used with earlier in the day with the duck reading. If you'd like some more What the Duck readings, just let me know what you'd like them on. I'd be happy to do them. And yes, I did say duck. And if you saw the cover for that one, I saw that rubber duck and I thought, oh my God, I'm so glad it was available to use. Anyway, I'm going to use the Sibylla cards. Again, I'm pretty new with these, so I will refer to notes if I have to. And I'm going to do some clarification on the Page of Wands. Reason for this? Well, no, that's pretty clear. People want to be able to voice things. More possibilities. What are some more possibilities? Protector. A protector. Okay, the Protector card. King of Clubs. Like I said, I don't know everything, and these cards are pretty new to me, so so please forgive the Man of Law, King of Spades. That's not the King of Spades. That's the King of Clubs. Let's have a look. The King of Clubs. Doctor, professional, physician, lawyer, or the like. Who can solve a problem? People are getting together to solve a problem. Someone who can solve a problem. In this case, it indicates a medical person, but Trump's presidency is, to quote John Dean, there is a cancer on the presidency, and people getting together to really show not just Trump, but those members of the Senate especially who are just refusing to do anything. They're getting together and hopefully starting a healing process. I'm going to have a look at the Magician. What's going on with the Magician? A journey. Have a think about that. The King, the Knight of Cups, the Flatterer. that makes sense. The Knight of Cups is a romanticized version of reality, and the possible outcome is he's going to be looking for flatterers, for more people to flatter him, I guess. The next step, impediment. I think people finding they're going to, I think if they find their autonomy again, they'll find their voice again. They'll find their voice again. And they'll use that voice to act as an impediment. And they'll use that voice to go to their Republican senators and say no more. That journey's a bit... The Magician and a journey. I think they're going to try and make people believe that the journey they've taken to go there and protest was all for nothing. But that's not going to work. Because it's justified. It's going to help bring about justice. I'm going to use the blunt truth. I try to keep my readings short, but I think it doesn't happen very often. Yeah. Three of Wands. Ships are going to come in. Plans are going to come to fruition. Seven of Swords. They're sick of Donald Trump and his cronies getting away with stuff. What else helps? Justice. The partnerships they're forming to make their voices heard louder are justified. They're justified in what they're doing, and that helps. What hinders? The King of Cups, Donald wants them to think that the journey they made It's all for nothing, and it's just not going to work. Possible outcome. Donald Trump is going to try and romanticize the whole thing and say everyone was there because they love him. But I think behind closed doors he's going to acknowledge the truth of it, and he's not going to be happy. He is the King of Swords. He's a Gemini. He's an air sign. So yeah, he's still going to say it was all about him, and they showed how much they loved him. What's next? Five of Wands. Impediment, conflict, people gaining their autonomy back. The next step is to make it very, very hard for Trump to remain. Trump wanted this parade, I think, as a show of power. But the people who are really going to use it as a show of power are the people who are going to turn up to voice their displeasure. That's who gets the real show of power there. Be very interesting to watch. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you soon.